Hello, this is Alessandrina with Dexter and Alessandrina. And today I wanted to talk about solution generation and also how we resolved our perceived issues and problems that we experience in daily life. So the reason I'm sharing this today is that oftentimes when people go about resolving their challenges in their life and being able to find a solution to the things that come up, the issues, the different perceived problems that they experience. One of the things that's important to understand is that when we are in the energy of the problem and looking at the things that we're experiencing and the emotions associated with our experiences, as if they were true, as if they were real, as if they were a representation of what is happening and what is, then we're in that energy and we're not able to perceive that what's actually happening is that we're experiencing what we're experiencing and we're feeling what we're feeling and having the emotions that we're having based upon our beliefs. So in this process of resolution, if we don't try to apply a solution to a perceived problem and instead allow ourselves to be with the emotions, to be with the feelings that we're feeling, and as we sit with those emotions and those feelings and we transmute them, we liberate that energy so that whatever it is that we're feeling and whatever emotion we're experiencing, we're actually dissolving that so that we return to an energy state that is balanced, that is grounded, and that is not a result of the beliefs that are being projected and the way that those beliefs are generating the different feelings and emotions that we're experiencing. So once we liberate this energy through the process of being present with the feelings and emotions and allowing ourselves to feel into what we're feeling without rejecting it, without suppressing it, without distracting away from it or going through a process of essentially distraction through different modes of addictions that we may have, then what is available for us is to reflect on what it is that we're believing in this moment, what it is that is being projected that's generating the feelings and emotions that we're experiencing and also the experience. So the beliefs are generating this reality, this illusion that we then experience. And once we're lost in that, it's difficult to be able to realize, oh, wait a minute, I'm actually feeling this and experiencing this emotion because of what I'm projecting, because of my belief, because of the system of beliefs through which I'm looking at reality. So once we actually sit and liberate the old energy, and then we're present with the beliefs that are generating the feelings and emotions, now we're able to dissolve. Instead of resolution, right, resolving something that is not really happening, we're actually dissolving the foundation of our daily perspectives, daily understanding, daily projections. And now we're able to really resolve things at the root, to dissolve the underlying beliefs that are generating the daily feelings and emotions that we're experiencing and also the experiences that we're having, because through the lens of our beliefs, through the energy of our beliefs and what it generates in terms of emotions and feelings and even sensations, we can get lost in that process and feel stuck and feel like we need to resolve this and be very maybe overly focused in this way on solution generation based on a problem mindset that doesn't understand that what's actually happening is that there's underlying beliefs. And so when we get to those core beliefs, And that happens when we liberate the energy of our emotions and our feelings, when we get into the underlying belief, what it is that is leading us to feel a certain way. So for instance, if someone had an underlying belief of not being good enough, that they were not necessarily aware of, then that could essentially manifest in different emotions of disempowerment, feeling less than, feeling maybe undeserving, experiencing life through the lens of success and failure, and most likely failure, repeated failure, feeling stuck, feeling overwhelmed, feeling sad, depressed, dejected, resentful, angry, frustrated. So all these emotions, if we were to get stuck in that, instead of what is the belief underneath that is generating these emotions, then we would keep circling in a way that is not empowering, in a way where we're actually stuck in the same cycle of thoughts, emotions, feelings, sensations, day after day after day. Whereas if we actually go to the core, go to the root of what's generating those feelings and emotions, which in this situation would be the feeling of not being good enough, for instance, then we would be able to dissolve that feeling, to dissolve that belief, because if the feeling has been repeated over and over again, it becomes a belief. And as we dissolve the belief, now it ceases to generate the different energies, feelings, emotions, sensations that we would then operate from on a daily basis. So when we start operating in those ways, we're actually fundamentally working with our feelings and emotions at the core, at the root, and then we have less of those negative feelings and emotions on a daily basis, and we're not fighting ourselves anymore, because we're dissolving the belief system that is generating those feelings and emotions. And so instead of trying to resolve something at that very at the very end of the spectrum of what happens in the cycle, meaning what's generated in terms of feelings and emotions, and being stuck trying to fix that, trying to resolve that, now we go back to the source of where the belief exists in our system. And there's many different meditations we've actually made available, such as soul healing for that, the Ho'oponopono mantra, the forgive and forget technique. Any process of transmutation can be applied to resolve those beliefs. And once we dissolve and resolve those beliefs, then it doesn't generate what happens after the belief, all the feelings and emotions and sensations that are a downline implication of the beliefs. So we wanted to share that with you today as a process of really being able to fundamentally dissolve your beliefs and resolve, not from fixing at the back end of things, at the very end of what the process is in terms of how feelings, emotions, and sensations are generated, really at the core, being able to empower yourself to comprehensively dismantle your ego construct and your beliefs, so that now you can have different feelings and emotions without fighting yourself and without cycling through the same process of the same types of emotions and feelings. You may have noticed that you might have the same kind of emotions and feelings that repeat over and over again, such as, frustration, anger, sadness, disempowerment, resentment, victimhood. So when you apply this process, then you will see that you will get out of the cycle, and you will be much more present and grounded and peaceful and joyful and appreciative of what you're experiencing in your life, rather than being in fix-it mode. I hope this is helpful. Sending you much love.